From the banks of the Allegheny, welcome to Film Bits. True Detective, Episode 2, Part 2. When last we left, Rust had just told Marty about the death of his daughter, and we're about to transition back into current time. Let's pick it up.
Hey, you were married the once, just the once.
Mm-hmm. Came close another time. Laurie. Maggie introduced us. And it broke off. It was for the best, I gave her cause. I can be hard to live with. I don't mean to, but I can be critical. And sometimes I think I'm just not good for people. That's not good for them to be around me. I wear them down. They get unhappy.
Yeah, I think the job does that to a lot of guys. Changes you. Some guys just notice, that's all.
Well, I can't say the job made me this way. More like me being this way made me right for the job. I used to think about it more, but you reach a certain age, you know who you are. Now I live in a little room out in the country behind a bar. Work 4 nights a week. In between, I drink. And there ain't nobody there to stop me.
An uncomfortable amount of self-awareness there for us. What happened from 95 to 2012 to make him change so much? Obviously, that's one of the biggest pulls on us as an audience to figure out, what went on. Because we know we're going to get it revealed. At least we hope we are. And this just, again, this kind of slow, painful, well-reasoned, methodical nature of Rust probably made him such a good detective that we see exhibited in his speech patterns, in his little idiosyncrasies, the sounds he makes, the things he does. It's all right there on display for us. Makes him a fascinating character. And to me, it's kind of fascinating that he's aware he's not good for people. The reason he's not good for people maybe made him good for this job. And now he's doing his thing. It isn't grand. It isn't great. He realizes he's probably not in as good a place as he was when he was a cop, but he knows who he is.
I know who I am. After all these years, there's a victory in that.
Third day on the job. Stopped this cutie for speeding. 52 minutes later, back in her dorm room. I got my uniform around my knees. I'm occupied, so I don't hear anything. I don't know that her roommate has come home and snuck up behind us.
Oh, shit.
You know how I knew that she was in the room? She stuck her finger up my ass.
That's Marty. That's his boss. And again, Marty being just one of the guys, hanging out, telling a racy sex joke out at the bar, playing a little pool, throwing a little darts, having a few beers. Obviously, Marty has had a few. And the way that Fukunaga sets up the snapshots of these two dudes, although we got the present version of Rust and we're getting the past version of Marty, this is leading somewhere. It's actually a scene I'm going to choose to edit out of this. We're starting to get a voiceover from Marty in the present when I cut it.
You missed some things on the job. You know what I mean. You got to decompress before you can go being a family man.
Marty's
what
rationalization.
You get into working, you can't have the kids around that. So sometimes you gotta get your head right. You might as well stop by.
I don't know.
By being with another woman.
Elks.
So you're drunk.
No, I'm not. I've hardly had anything to drink.
You never hardly have anything to drink.
Big line. You never hardly have anything to drink.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is that a yes?
I might stay up.
Wow. This for your wife and kids, too. You gotta take your release where you find it, or where it finds you. I mean, in the end, it's for the good of the family.
Pause. And that is our girl from that works at the court who came by at the end of the last episode. So this is Marty's girl on the side. And his rationale is the job builds up and starts to wear a man down. And then that will start to bleed out into a man's family. So you got to handle your business. You got to decompress, as Marty says. You got to get your release where it finds you or where you can find it. And so we go into a sex scene now with Marty and the girl, I forget her name, from the court, where Marty takes his handcuffs out and she handcuffs him. And then from there, we cut to Rust on the road. And we'll end this episode with Rust on the road. Again, another big aerial shot.
Now, what do you mean exactly, these visions you mentioned?
Oh, shit, I thought you knew. I told Marty about them, down the line. Chemical. Flashbacks, neural damage. From my time in the HIDTA, that's in high-intensity drug trafficking area. I spent 4 years undercover. You know what that means? That's where they got them Fed rumors I first come in. What, you two don't know about them? Those files are still sealed, huh? Shit. Just what have you two heard about me?
And we'll stop it right there. Oh, God, I love Russ Cole as a character. All right, we'll pick it up next time. Part 3 of Episode 2. Thanks if you got all the way to the end here, and if you've been for the whole ride. We'll see ya. Take care.